Hello. Right. What am I doing? I am at a standstill. And not in a bad way. I think it's a good thing. I think I feel. I feel very neutral. Like there is bad emotions and no, not bad, but there are emotions that carry a lot of depth and like sadness or like heaviness. And then there's happy emotions like ecstatic when you're like energy filled. And I am right in the middle. I don't feel like I want to be sulking. This would be a perfect time for like old me to sit and feel bad for myself, or old me to wanna spiral into my mind, thinking things, thinking the worst. And there's also another version of me that would have been ecstatic over the fact that like, or I would push myself to a goal. Like, I am saying so many likes because I'm trying to figure out what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking, and that's why I'm making this video. Still looking good though. Okay. What I'm trying to commute is that I'm in the middle. In like everything. My goals in the middle. I'm not like I don't have any bad goals, which I don't think anyone have, but subconsciously I don't think I have any bad goals. But I also don't have bad is not the right words. I don't have any I'm right in the middle. I don't know. A black girl in the middle. Okay, yeah. I don't know. I'm both in the middle of like all different types of spectrums. I'm in the middle of my growing process. Like, I've always yearned for this constant evolutions of my growing and becoming a better being. And now I've come to a point where I'm learning to accept myself for just who I am, not trying to strive through to become better, which is really weird because a lot of my life have been spent trying to figure out how to become better, how to evolve. And now I'm like, I listen to morning meditations of myself, or like I recorded it, where I'm like telling myself that I'm enough just as I am. I don't need to change. I don't need to constantly grow to have worth. I'm worthy just by existing. And it's working, but it's also leaving me in this like in the middle. It's leaving me in the middle. And I'm not frustrated because I understand that I need to be here to then evolve. Because through not yearning for evolution, or through me not putting my worth in growth, makes me grow, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm like here. I'm here and I have unlimited potential. I could go anywhere. That's also what I meant with so many different aspects of I'm in the middle. I'm like here, and I can go this way, that way. I can go everywhere. I'm here. I can go this way, that way, that way, and no direction is wrong. That's how I feel. It's both in like my career, where I want to go, like what my next venture is gonna be, or if it's studies, or it's also in my creativeness. Should I focus on music, or should I continue with the jewelries, or should I try something brand new I've never done before? It's really in everything. I also try to remind myself that you will never experience the same moment again. Like, this second right now, I will never experience it again. This is the now. This is the present. So I will never have, probably in my life, a period like this, because I will never in my life be the same person as I am right now. Every second you evolve, you become something new. It's a ever morphing way, but the fact that I am in my early 20s, I have somewhat of a financial stability until autumn. But I'm not, yeah, until autumn. I have the whole summer to do whatever I want. And it leaves me. Usually, if it was younger me, I would have either spiraled down from the stress of not being able to know what my future holds. And like me before I started trying to ground myself, would have been stressed about the fact that I don't have a goal that I'm working towards. I'm not trying to better myself. I'm not trying to heal all the time. I am healing, but as I said, I am healing by allowing myself to just be. So I'm like here, and I spent today. I have made some bad health choices when it comes to food. I don't think I've ruined my health, but I surely haven't prioritized it. And so today I tried to make more health conscious choices. I also told myself that I was gonna go out on a walk or just go out, and then I ended up on YouTube. So I've been scrolling today, and it's not that I'm mad about it, because yet again, younger me would have been very harsh and judgmental for not achieving the goal that I set out for myself. But it's more like I feel like time is, as I said, every second. You can never live in the now, because every second is the new now. And sitting scrolling, it gives me a sense of joy, but I don't think it's the joy. It's not the type of joy that I want the rest of my life to be based on. So I guess I have to find the joy in the now that I can continue living in. If that makes sense. Like, I'm not trying to do things. Like, I'll set a goal for myself to experience the most joyful summer ever. I'm trying to figure out how in this second right now I can be the most joyful person without maybe using social media or YouTube. I'm trying to feel what my body is feeling, and also try to hear what my mind is thinking. And it's weird. It's a weird thing. It's very quiet. because it leaves me with only like small things. A slight pressure change in like the left side of my brain. Oh my god, does this mean something? It sounds really tedious, but like those things, as I'm trying to feel in with my body, it's those things that I noticed. And then I try to, which I'm not supposed to do, I think, but I try to find as to why that is. Why did my left side of my brain all of a sudden have a pressure change? Yeah, but I was saying that I wanted to make more health conscious choices. Yeah, so far I've kept myself to do those things. I think my downfall, not my downfall, but one of my hindrances was to download Fedora. Yeah, I've been ordering quite a lot. No, not quite a lot. I make it sound like no, I've ordered twice with Fedora. And now that I say it, I realize how not big of a deal it is. I also feel like this health thing is not a big deal, because as I said, I'm not ruining my life. I'm just maybe I'm choosing to eat ice cream twice a day. You crazy girl, what are we talking about, So, it's weird. I've been encountering some kind of conflict like every month. Since winter was like my reset. I went to Ireland in January because I had like reached my last straw. And it was really dark. So I was like, Ireland it is. And I went there for 10 days. Just let my head just get completely numbed out from all of the outside things. Because why I got to that position from the start was because of outside occurrences, things that I couldn't control, that I only could react to. And I think that I chose to react in a very mature way, in a very healthy way. I was nice to myself. I allowed myself to feel to the extent that I knew how to. And then, but it still kept happening things. And then I went to the trip in Ireland. I came back, and ever since I've been on like this healing journey. Or no, from like coming back, I got help. I got medical help. So I had a therapist, an evaluation, medicine, sleep medicine. And it helped. So that period, spring, was just to like reset, to get to neutral. And now, since like May or April, I feel like I've gotten to a lot more stable foundation, that I've come to the point where I'm like, where do I want to go now? So I was really stressed about it during the whole April, like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And then in May, I realized a lot. It was almost like last week. It wasn't that long ago. It's the 3rd today, so it's not. Yeah, but I realized that I needed to allow myself to just exist and find my worth in being allowed to just exist and not having everything figured out or not having a goal to move towards. So, but in those 2 months, there were things happening also outside. It's like not as big things as it was during the winter. During the winter, I faced my worst fears. Everything that I had classified on like the top 10 worst things that could happen, it happened. It really did. Like the 8, 9, 10, all of them went boom, boom, boom. Like month after month after month. And I'm really proud of how I navigated it, because I did. I mean, I could, if it was another version of me, I could have just isolated, gone into a deep dark hole and like still be there right now, and I would have like all rights to be there, because the things that happened were at that level. It's a miracle that I feel like I'm at the level of neutral right now. It's crazy, actually. But so spring was solely to recover. I yeah, I feel sad. My therapist would love this. Okay, I feel sad. And bringing up everything that has happened these past months, it makes sense why I feel sad. It's not a foreign feeling. But what is foreign for me is allowing myself to feel it. Like not pushing it away immediately as I get sad. Yeah. Well, leaving me in the now, where I'm neither sad or happy. It's the wrong words to explain it. I'm neither. Woo! But I'm neither like. Ding 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 ding. Kinshana. You know. I don't think that made any more sense. But I feel like there's something around the corner that I'm gonna run into, that is gonna happen. And I know that I right now am a version of myself that is capable of a lot. Like, as I said, winter, worst things I could have thought, all of it happened. And right now, as I said also, like, there has been conflicts popping up, even during my, like, healing journey, minor ones. And it's like it's right now, since everything has happened, it always happens something. I'm not in a fight or flight sense, because usually when things would happen back in the days, I would be ready for it because I was expecting it. I would be ready for people to hurt me or for things to go wrong because I was expecting it. Now, and especially in the beginning of like spring, when I was doing my like healing, I was so like agitated. I was like, I'm here trying to like piece myself together, and dramas comes up at times when I'm not, like, I'm trying to heal from these things, then don't add on the other things. But that's like life. There will always be new conflicts and new things and happening. But I'm at a place where I don't expect things to happen, but when they happen, I have all of the tools to navigate any sort of conflict. And it makes me feel a little powerful because I'm not that unsure and uncertain. If there was, I trust, that's the thing, I'm confident in myself, which all form of confidence should be, starting from within and then coming outwards. My actions sometimes don't show it. Or, I mean, in a sense of texting. I have a really bad time texting, SMS, and it's just not for me. So when conflicts occur, which usually involves some form of having to text, it's just never... It doesn't move in this sort of grandioseness as I think something would happen in if it was face to face. But then when I think, no, there's happened things face to face, and I've been able to deal with it really fast, really quickly, efficiently, and healthy. Like, give myself my flowers. Bring the beat in. No, I'm in the middle. A black girl in the middle. Those who get it, they get it. If you watch cat's eye content, then you get it. I think a part of me wants to be stressed. I think I would find myself being really satisfied in that energy. Or not satisfied, like, I would be feeling a sense of fulfillment if I was in the energy of stress over my future, because that's where I spend majority of my time when I'm in this type of situations. When I don't know, when everything is uncertain, stressing about it has been my safe space. And now that it isn't, or I have come to a point where I acknowledge that stressing about it isn't the right and healthiest method, I can no longer go back to doing it, because earlier I did it unknowingly, or I did it thinking it was the best for me. But now knowing that it's not the best for me, I can't do it. But I also feel myself yearning to do it because it was such a big part of me. Yeah. So I'm not stressed. I'm not in my head spiraling. I'm allowing myself to sit down and feel my feelings. I'm confident in my ability to navigate any sort of conflict that occurs, whether it's with other people or it's like a physical, like, material problem. And I'm sitting here. It feels like I'm supposed to be responsible for figuring out what it is. The next step. And I think I want it to be some huge thing. I want it to be like, the next step is that I'm gonna go to the moon. I want it to be something so, not unrealistic, but so grandiose that every obstacle would have like also a grandiose purpose. Before my whole winter, my big grandiose thing was that I'm gonna build a city. And then I had to experience many levels of heartbreak. And I it's not that I guess I kind of, my direction was diverted. Since all of these occurrences happened, I now could no longer focus on this big grandiose idea of building a city. I needed to focus on staying sane and not wanting to do things that would ruin me. So I'm now, since my path was diverted, I've now been able to build myself gotten myself up to a healthy foundation. But I'm on a new path. I'm on a whole new path, whole new direction. There's definitely a part of me that still wants to build that city, but there, as I told everyone, as I was telling the dream, I would probably not be starting building that city until I was like 50 years old. I'm currently in my 20s. So I was like, before winter, was working towards a goal that wouldn't be fulfilled until 30 years later, but I was at that moment doing things to evolve so I could become that goal. Which, yes, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a long-term goal and finding purpose in it. I just think that I lost track of the current me. And all of these things that happened in winter made me focus on the current me. Because she's the one living. I'm the one experiencing this life right now, in my 20s. I also have told a lot of people that I wish I was like 45, because that's when I thought that my life was gonna become really good, because certain things that I want to happen had already happened by then. In my goal planning life, by 45, I already have found myself a stable career. I've already built myself a family, or started a family, found myself a partner to have the family with. So then I came to then I only had the fun parts left of raising my family, like building on further on my career, like becoming bigger and better. And the more I think about it, the less it sounds like me. And not in the sense that those things are not going to happen. I think those things are going to happen. But the picture that I had in mind was so rigid, so in a box. It was so in a specific timeline that I've never matched. I've never been a person to stick to one thing. I've literally quit. Like, I've done, since I turned 20, since I ended high school, I've done like 4 different things with my life. I've traveled, I've studied, I've worked, I've studied again, and all are so different things. Nothing is like, I see how you went from there to there. No, it's like, I was over here, and then I was like, you know what? Let me jump to another thing that isn't even part of this spectrum. There's certainly like genre, like there's patterns as to what I'm doing, but if you didn't know me and my interests and my likes, you would be like, how'd you end up there if you were going in that trajectory? I've never been one to stick to the plan. So my dream of my perfect 45-year-old is very, very unrealistic, seeing as to how I'm approaching life right now. I think that I'm gonna find a partner and have my little family and have a career. But I also think that the journey of figuring all of those things out should be given just as much as excitement as having figured it out. So finding the partner, that's also supposed to be a fun part of the journey. And finding the career, that's also the fun part of the journey. I wanted to skip those parts. I think those parts are the journey. Like the destination. You don't grow by achieving your goal. You grow by the journey that you take to achieve the goal. You know? And I wanted to do the goal and not the journey. Or I felt myself liking the idea of the goal better than the journey. Bars. Yeah. And now I'm in the middle. And I know that the journey, as I said, it's around the corner. And it's probably gonna be a heck of a journey. I just wanna know. I just wanna figure out how to get around that corner. Or actually not. I think I'm afraid of that corner. There's a lot of fear that I feel towards the idea of the journey beginning. Because the journey will involve pain. Like, just as much as it will involve happiness. As I said, I'm not happy, I'm not sad right now, I'm in the middle. But as soon as I get on that train, yeah. I don't know if I answered a lot of things with this video. Like, I just pressed record. I don't even know if I'm gonna post it. I probably should. I will post this. But yeah, I pressed record, hoping that I would talk some sense into myself, and now I have. Like, it's so ironic. I kind of have a bad memory about things that I say, but I say a lot of smart things. and I forget them. So if I don't record, or if I don't tell them to someone who can remind me later, yeah, I don't remember. I'm gonna watch this back right after I'm done recording, and I'm probably gonna be like, you said that. And I'm gonna be like, sure did. And now I'm, I guess, one step closer. Yeah. I don't know what I'm one step closer to, but I'm one step closer just by recording this video. Staying in the now and being in the middle. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah. There's a lot of these. The time just 3344. There's a lot of these pauses, like when I am like figuring, I'm sensing things. I'm going into my heart. But yeah, what I do, I think that's enough. I think that's my wisdom for today. And it was quite wise. I am going to record one tomorrow as well, to continue this snowball effect. Yeah. See you later, alligator. Crazy girl. Alright. Do you know the awkward moment where you're supposed to like say goodbye to someone on the phone, but no one's really like, alright, how many alrights are we gonna say before it's time to like Am I gonna sneak in I love you there, or like I'll take care? Like alright. Alright. Yeah, yeah, bye.